Now imagine you are stuck in a forest, a very, very big forest, and you're not familiar with the environment. Now you are stuck with two other people. Out of them, one person is as clueless as you or even more clueless than you. That person does not know how to get out of the forest, right? If you have to survive, you need to get out of the forest and move to the city. The second person is a survival expert. That person understands how to survive, how to figure out how to navigate through the forest and get to the city. Now, both of them take different directions. Okay, they don't agree with each other. Now, who would you follow? Would you follow the clueless person or the survival expert, or would you take your own way? Now, whatever you picked, I'll tell you what. From experience, if you really see, picking the person, following the person who is a survival expert is a lot wiser option. Why? Because if you do it by yourself, you will have to figure out. You will have to depend on luck to get to the city. So, which means if your luck isn't good, you're stuck, or you might not even get out of it alive. So, following this person would be wiser, would be a lot better. And that is exactly how it works out in life, in general, in profession, in any field. If you can learn from someone who has done what you want to do, your path is a lot more easier. They can guide you a lot better, which will help you make a lot better decision, which will help you to reach your goal in a lot lesser time. But the challenge is, a lot of people kind of understand that you need a mentor, but they don't know how to get a mentor. And initially, I never had mentors. And now if you see, I have a couple of mentors, and I've had different mentors in different phases of life. So in this video, I am going to be telling you something very important. I am going to be giving you a practical model that works, which will help you get a mentor and help you save a lot of time to get to your goal. With that said, let's roll the intro. Hello guys, welcome to Models of Excellence series, where we give you tools, strategies and models that will help you lead an excellent life. This is Abhishek, founder and CEO of Rich Living Master. The first step to finding a mentor is to find a mentor. Now, how do you find a mentor? Figure out what area of your life do you need mentorship in. Is it professional? Is it personal? Do you want to improve your relationships? Or do you want to get good in any particular field or any other profession? For example, let's take marketing. Let's say you want to get good at marketing. The first step is you have to pick a field where you want to get good at. Once you pick a field, next you have to find the person who can be right to ask for mentorship. So what you can do is go Google. You can go on Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and put hashtag marketing. You'll find some amazing people who are very good at marketing. Go on Google and look at top 10, top 20 list of marketers and all that. And a lot of website makes these lists of relationship coaches, marketers, professionals, IT experts, programmers. So many of the website has a list. So list down all the people you could get mentored by. After that, figure out if that person is someone who matches with your frequency, who you can see yourself learning from. So how can you do this? You can go on their social media, look at their videos, try to figure out their content and see if your frequency matches with it. Now let's say they don't put out any videos. Now let's say they don't put out any content out there, but you know that they're the experts. What you can do is reach out to them and message them. I'll come to the part, but before that, this is how you find a mentor. Pick a few, don't depend on one, pick a few in the field. Okay. Now that you picked, let's move on to step 2. In step 2, you reach out to them. Now, before you reach out to them, understand this very important principle. This principle is what helped me get my mentor, who is Mr. Vidyanag Moka. So, who is my current mentor. So, one principle that I follow when finding mentors is give before you ask. Don't be that taker guy. Give before you ask, especially when you're finding a mentor. So what you can do is, once you find them, figure out what are their weaknesses, or how can you add value to their life, or how can you improve their life. One, it could be through, let's say they have some weak point in the business. For example, for me, what I used to do is, I had marketing knowledge, I knew digital marketing, so I used to go to them and tell them, hey, you know what, I looked at your social media, these things can be improved, and if you improve that, your marketing will be a lot better in terms of online. And they said, tell me more. And that's when I got a lot more face time with them, and I started talking to them, and then I was able to ask them for advice and get on the process of making them my mentor. So in that way, figure out how you can add value to their life. Now, if let's say you don't find any weaknesses or any way you can add value to them, try internship. Small work you can do for them, small work, maybe video editing or some sort of creative or managing some Excel sheet, anything. Go and offer to help. But before offering, make sure you have time. If you don't have time and then you offer for something that takes a lot of your time, not good. That'll spoil the relationship of you and the mentor. So the third thing is, buy their services or buy their products. If you can afford it, if it's something that matters to you, if it's something that connects with you, buy their product and check it out. For example, if they're a coach, buy their training programs. If they have some sort of a software, buy it. Now make sure, if it's too expensive, don't buy it unless you really need it. Because if you don't match with that person, you might have to change your mentor. So try to add value somehow. Once you figure that out, now reach out to them and tell them, hey, you know what, this is what could be improved, or this is how I want to do it. I want to buy it. Can you tell me something about it? So start with adding value to their life. Now, once you add value, speak a little bit, keep it casual, and then ask them on what they would do if they were in your place. Tell them about your confusion, or tell them to give one actionable advice. The key word being actionable. Now, before you reach out to them and ask them for advice, remember this. If you're not going to follow it, don't ask for it. Because if you ask and then do it, you know what you're called as? You're called as asshole. Asshole is that person who asks for advice but never follows it, always does the opposite. So don't be an asshole. Once you ask them for advice, ask them for actionable advice. Don't ask them questions like, what can I do to succeed in my life? It's very vague. Why am I telling you this? I'll tell you soon, but this is very important. Ask them for an actionable step that you can take action on. For example, if it's marketing, ask them, hey, what are the trends in marketing? And then ask them, hey, if you are in my place, what marketing strategy would you implement, or what would you learn about? And let's say he or she or that person tells me to learn something. Now comes the third step. Okay. Now that you have reached out to the person, now that you have got some actionable advice, the third step is to actually implement it and then go back to them. Why is this important? Now, coaches, especially very, very good coaches, because they have a lot of clients, a lot of people who are wanting to learn from them, they don't take everyone. They take people who are coachable, which is a very, very important thing. Everybody loves to mentor, but they want to make sure that you are someone who's worth mentoring. So how do you show them that you're worth mentoring? Simple. You take action on something and you show them the progress. Show them that you took action. Show them that you tried. And this will motivate them to help you more. So once you got that advice, implement it, learn about it, go back to them with some questions, some doubts about it, or you implementing it, your experience about it, and they'll feel very good about it. Next, ask them, hey, you know what else can I do? What next? And as you keep making progress, you don't have to ask them to be my be my mentor or something like that. They will eventually start guiding you. And as they guide you, you'll figure out whether the frequency matches, whether they can actually coach you or not, whether they can actually mentor you or not. And after that, something amazing happens. If frequency doesn't match, you can find another person and use the same formula. This is the simple formula to find a mentor. With that said, guys, this is the end. This is how you find the mentor. With that said, if you felt like you learned something new, leave a like, subscribe, and if you found a mentor, let me know personally, because I would love to know how this will work out for you. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.